All right, guys. Welcome to the first video for our B3 strength training. So B3, bands, blocks, and body weight. You guys should grab one of our bands. If you don't have one, definitely find a way to grab one. We have plenty. We got our cinder blocks, different sizes, and then obviously your body weight. So we're gonna get right into it. One of the other tips that we have for this, obviously make sure you guys have plenty of fluids with you. Make sure you're well rested and you've eaten something. Try not to do a crazy workout on an empty stomach, right? Other thing is try and have proper shoes and footwear to work out in. We usually recommend not working out in the same shoes that you're running in. So, without further ado, we're going to get right into it. We always love to start with a nice little warm up, anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, whatever it takes to get a good sweat going. Basic. If you find something that works for you, go for it. We love to start with just big motions, open the hips. You can do something like this, 10, 15, 20 times each side. Then you can close them up. That's fine. Like to get into a little bit of a knee hug here. Warm-ups can vary from day to day, person to person. I know Justin, Ashley, and I each have our own variations that we like to throw in there. Okay, we'll go right to there. Then we can get into some heel raises. Again, about 15 to 20 of everything, guys. The purpose is just get your blood flowing, get your body moving, right? And then we can go right into some arm circles, forward and backward, right? Same thing, about 15 to 20 of them, all right? You can get into some body rotations, making sure that your hips stay forward. You'll want to twist your whole body. We're not doing a whole lot of salsa here. It's just to kind of get your body warmed up a little bit, rotating, right? You can get into some body weight squats, right? 10 to 15 of those. Reverse lunges, one of my favorites to add in. Same thing, 10 to 15 each side. All right, you can get down into some ankle rockers, which is great for runners. Most runners need ample ankle mobility, so just keeping that knee in line with your toes. Again, 10, 15, 20 each side, all right? So that should be your standard warm-up. You can include other things in there too if you'd like. Again, every day it'll change a little bit just because the warm-up doesn't have to be super specific as far as exercises. It just has to be super specific regarding general movements that you're gonna be doing, okay? So that's the warm-up, all right, guys? So hit pause, get into your own warm-up for about 3 to 5 minutes, whatever it takes to get a little bit of a sweat going, and then hit the play button again. All right, guys, welcome back. So we're gonna get into our first set here. So we're gonna add our plyometric exercise usually in the beginning. So we're gonna have pogo jumps, which is basically a 2-footed jump. All right, just like this, nice and easy. We usually do that for about 10 to 15 times. Or if you're not good with those yet, or if you're somebody who's had calf issues, or if you're just not used to jumping, we recommend a bounce. So it's the very same thing, you're just not getting your toes off the ground. So a pogo jump has your toes just clearing the ground. A bounce does not. Just like this, all right? You want to go straight up to the sky. So you're going to do that about, again, 10 to 15 times. Then you're going to take a little break. You're going to grab a band. Oh, sorry, no, with this one we're going to go prisoner, I'm sorry. Hands behind your head. We're just going to go into a prisoner march. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Now from the side, it looks like this. Keep your hips forward. 3, 2, 1. Get your thighs up to at least parallel with the ground. 3, 2, 1. You're going to do this about 30 times total, okay? So we're supersetting. We've got the pogo jumps or the bounces, okay? Pogo jumps here, bounces here, 10 to 15 of those. Then you're going to switch. You're going to do the prisoner march about 30 times, and you're going to do that whole cycle. So you can do the pogos / bounces 15 times, supersetted right into your marches about 30 times. You can do that whole thing 3 times, all right? So go ahead, hit the pause button now, and then get into it. Okay, next one, we have calf raises and bridges, all right? So we're gonna start double leg for most people. If again, if you're brand new to this, you can go calf raises 2, hands across your shoulders, hands behind your head, prisoner style. And what we wanna see you do is go straight up towards the sky, 3, 2, 1, and then back down. We don't wanna see you leaning forward. We don't wanna see your hips going back. Pretend like there's a wall right in front of you, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, straight up towards the sky. You're gonna do that 15 to 20 times, okay? After that, you're gonna get on the ground. We're gonna go right into bridging. So you don't want your heels too close to your butt. Put them a little far away. Make sure you're pushing through your heels. Don't let your heels come up. Drive through your heels. 3, 2, 1 here. You can hold 3 to 5 seconds actually, and then back down. You can do that 20 to 30 times. All right, and if that's too easy for you, if you've done these for a while, we would recommend switching up into a single leg bridge variation just like this. Same rules apply, okay? Hold anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds, and you're gonna do that about 15 times. So same thing with the calf raises. Remember, go straight up towards the sky about 15 to 20 times. If that's too easy for you, you can go single leg variation, all right, where with your foot up on something, hands behind your head or hands crossed here, all right? So 15 to 20 of those, and then you get on the ground for bridges. You're gonna do about 15 to 20 bridges, and then or 30, it really depends on what you want. And then you're going to repeat that whole cycle 3 times. So hit the pause button, have some fun. All right, done with the first 2 sets. Now we're gonna get into some squats and then some push-up holds, okay? So with a squat, lots of different ways you can do a squat. So you have your basic air squat. I go wide, try and get your butt below your knees. Just your basic squat. 1, 2, 3 down, pause for a second, 1, 2, 3 up. All right, if you're new to them, we recommend putting your block up top. You can replicate a box squat where your feet are in front. Let me just make sure I'm centered here, okay? And then I'm squatting down to the block and then back up. It's okay that your hip's a little higher with this one because we're unweighting at the bottom and then back up. Okay, so that would be your box squat variation to the cinder block, okay? Again, body weight or to the block. You can even put the block on its other side if you want and try and go a little lower if you're comfortable with that, depending on how good you are. And we recommend about 10 to 15 of those. Remember, you're gonna go 3-second tempo down, 1, 2, 3, pause for a second, 1, 2, 3, back up if you're doing body weight. For the block, just drop down, sit on it for a second, and then come back up, all right? So you're gonna do about 15 of those, like I said. Now for the push-up hold, you're gonna get into a push-up position. So from here, it's like you're going to do a push-up, but you're not actually doing it. And you're gonna hold this for about 30 seconds. So you want your body nice and tight, stomach tight, glutes tight, push those hands into the floor, and just keep breathing the entire time. So for 30 seconds, you're gonna do that push-up hold. All right, so you've got the squats, and then supersetted with the push-up hold. You're gonna do that whole thing, guess what? 3 times, all right? So have fun with those, hit pause, and then we'll see you for the last set. All right, wrapping up, welcome back. We're gonna get into some Romanian deadlifts or stiff-legged deadlifts, and then we're gonna do some banded toe taps. So let's grab our band, let's get our block, always with the logo facing out. All right, so for the first one, I'll just hold the band in my hand. We're gonna do some Romanian deadlifts, or like I said, some stiff-legged deadlifts. You may have heard them said both ways. Your knees are slightly bent, all right, not a lot. You're not locked out, and you're not bending them like a squat. Your knees are slightly locked out, hands behind your back to kind of help you teach that hip hinge. And what you're doing is, with my knees slightly bent, they're locked there. They're not going anywhere else. They're not increasing, and they're not losing any of that bend. From here, my butt goes backward as I lean towards the ground, all right? And then back here. Another little cue is if you point your fingers, as you bend forward, you wanna kind of think about pushing your butt towards the wall behind you, and then back up, all right? So just like this, 3, 2, 1, hold for a second at the bottom. You should feel a stretch here. And then to stand up tall, I'm flexing my glutes. I'm squeezing my butt muscles to stand back up. So same thing, about 15 of these, and then back up, okay? Those are your Romanian deadlifts. After that, you're gonna take your band, we're gonna throw it around your knees, just above them. If you've got leg hair, say goodbye to it. So you've got your bands just above your knees. Now we're doing our lateral toe taps, okay? So from here, you're going to shift all of your weight to one leg with that knee bent, weight through your heel, chest up, 3, 2, 1, and then back in. 3, 2, 1, and then back in, just like this, okay? Usually we recommend 12 to 15 reps. You should feel it burning through here, all right? If you feel it more through your thigh, you're probably too far forward. So we don't want you far forward this way. We want you rocked back onto your heel. If you can wiggle your toe, perfect, and we want your chest up, proud chest here, and nice, easy pressure through that other leg. So the leg that's moving, it's like you're tapping an egg without breaking it, or tapping a baby's face without hurting them. That was not my cue, I heard that somewhere else, okay? So do that about 12 to 15 times until you feel it burning, and then switch sides, okay? So we've got your RDLs, all right, about 15 times, and then we've got toe taps with the band, 12 to 15 times each leg, or until it burns on the top, okay? So guess what, surprise, surprise, you're doing 3 of those, supersetted, All right, so 3 times. Go ahead, hit pause, and then come on back for a nice little finisher. All right, so back for your finisher. If you're feeling brave, if you want this, all right, we're gonna have you up into a march, 3, 2, 1, and then lower down. Don't go all the way down. 3, 2, 1, pause, down. Get those arms going, 3, 2, 1. So it's always opposite arm and leg. That's what runners do, okay? And then back down. Again, not all the way. Pushing through my heel, my chest is over my knee, up tall, 3, 2, 1, and then back here, okay? So try that about 10 times each side. Really focus on that balance. The counting doesn't start until you've got your balance. 3, 2, 1, and then back into it. 12 to 15 times, guys, all right? Great workout. Let us know what you think. Hope you had fun. Now, go reward yourself.